Hi beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. I am the Mother of Tarot. Today we are talking about tarot cards. Are they evil? Are they good? Are they God? What really are they? Now I'm not here trying to convince anyone out of their beliefs. I've just met a lot of people that are very open to it, very intrigued by it, but don't really understand what it is. So that is exactly what we are going to talk about today. Now, one of the topics that always comes to mind is tarot in the Bible? Do they talk about it? What are the Bible's views on tarot? Now, in the Old Testament, they do talk about divination, staying away from it, which is tarot cards, right? They do talk about it in the Old Testament. Now, I have studied the Bible in the past. I don't know it thoroughly. However, I do know in the Old Testament there are lots of rules and laws that we don't abide to. And this is because a lot of them are really messed up. And that is why the Bible has the New Testament, right? So in the New Testament, they don't really talk about divination. They do talk about sorcery. But of course, that can be interpreted into many different ways. Now recently, someone brought their opinions to me recently of tarot. And what they didn't like about it was that they don't like how tarot readers go to the cards for answers when we should just go directly to God. Now, in one way that does make sense, right? Why don't we just go straight to the source? But there's a lot of different ways to look at this. Take this for example. Say someone studies the Bible or a certain book of scripture and they abide by those rules. It is their religion, it is their belief system, which I totally respect. Everyone has their own belief system. And while they abide by those rules in that scripture, say they decide to go read another book. Because most people that read the Bible read other books, right? So they go read this other book and say it's a non-fiction book. So it's about budgeting money. Or maybe it's a self-help book, right? Something to help assist them in their journey. And while they're reading this book, they're picking up on new ideas, new perspectives, and all of these ideas abide by their belief system. But they're still not from the Bible, technically, right? They're from this person that has learned this information over time, and they are providing it to you in a different way. Or say somebody wants to go to a counselor, right? That people wouldn't think, well, you're not going to God, you're going to Satan for answers. That counselor is there to help them and provide a new, fresh perspective on their emotional state and to guide them into a healthier state of being. Now, this is how I look at tarot. I look at it as these beautiful pictures that have messages. They all have a meaning. It's just another type of therapy. You could look at reading tarot cards or oracle cards as reading a book, as looking at a piece of art, right? Because the beautiful thing about tarot is that we just use images that all represent something different, okay? And oracle cards are even greater too because these have images along with words on them, so they're a little bit easier to read. And for me, growing up, I was a very hands-on learner. You guys, I struggled with school. I'm not ashamed about it. I had ADHD. I had problems. I struggled. I had to study a lot and really hard, and I had to get some extra help outside of school. I had to get put on medication. I had a hard time learning in the structure that was provided, and I know a lot of other people that do as well. So for me, if I could learn anything hands-on with pictures, something I could grab, that made sense to me. That was something that clicked. As well as videos. I've learned how to heal myself from watching videos. I did read some books, but I am not much of a reader. I like to watch videos. I like to look at pictures. That's how my body kind of runs, and that's how a lot of people run. A lot of people can relate to this type of art better than they can in a book. And I'm not going to lie and say that there isn't any corruption in tarot. There's corruption in everything, right? There are some tarot readers that tend to go to the darker side, right? There are some tarot readers that practice black magic. There really are. That's not what I do. That's not what a lot of tarot readers do, though. But you can look at that in all aspects, right? I mean, there are pastors and priests and different religious groups that have leaders that are corrupted and that use their power for evil. You can even look in the health industry, right? While I was trying to heal and find healing fruits and vegetables, I came across so many different marketing companies that would talk about green powders for sale, and they would charge a lot, but they would say you're getting 45 fruits and vegetables. While some of those companies are legit, some of them were bad, and their products were getting recalled after a couple of months because the FDA found ingredients in their products that weren't approved, as well as heavy metals and things like that. So my point is, yes, there are some evil tarot readers. There are some evil leaders. There are some people that are going to take advantage of you. And that's part of how this world works. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but we know this deep down. We've seen it. We've interacted with these people or these marketing companies or these leaders. And what we have to do is just use discernment, right? And try to find the remedies and the products and the people that we think are legit that are actually leading us in the right direction. Now, how do we find these people? How do we know? We use our intuition, right? Part of my teachings and a lot of other beautiful tarot readers that I know that I'm going to list in the description box below help people by empowering them, by shining a flashlight on them and showing them the infinite potential they have within themselves. That God is within them, God is within me, God is within all of us, or the universe, or our spirit team, whatever connects to you, right? We are all made in God's image. So I'm never going to say that I have all the answers. Come to me. Come to me, my children. I have the answers. I don't. You have the answers. I'm just helping guide you, and that's what tarot is really about. I know a lot of people that are scared to get readings because they're terrified that the tarot reader is going to tell them something bad is coming. But nothing bad is ever coming. Nothing bad or good. It's what you make of your world. It's how you want to create your life. So if you find a tarot reader that is telling you bad stuff is coming, watch out, be careful, walk away. Walk away. You create your life. If anything, we do get caught up in cycles, in negative cycles, whether we keep attracting the same type of toxic relationship, we keep getting low paid jobs, we keep struggling with the same type of problems, we can get caught up in cycles, right? So as a tarot reader, I help you break that cycle. I say, okay, this is why this keeps happening. We need to change your thought pattern. We need to rewrite your beliefs. We need to figure out where this came from. We need to dig into the past so we can release you from this and bring freedom into your life. So if you find a spiritual leader, a tarot reader, a pastor, anyone that says, I have the answers, that's a red flag. And we know when we don't feel right about someone or something. We feel it in our gut. We feel uneasy, right? You know what I'm talking about. That feeling of just knowing that something's off. And as you work on yourself, as you work with a life coach, a tarot reader, a pastor, wherever that fits into your life, if they can help guide you to strengthen your intuition, then you have such beautiful discernment and you can really see the good in who's trying to help you and who's trying to take advantage of you. Okay, so say I'm reading tarot for you and I pull a negative card, right? Like, say for instance, well, I guess if I pull death for you, then you're pretty much screwed. I'm kidding. You're not screwed. This is actually one of my favorite cards to get in the deck. And when you get a negative card, it's really just representing any kind of negative, low vibrational energies that you already have within you. It's bringing them to light so we can say, okay, let's bring awareness to this. Let's focus on this. Let's get this out of here. And that's what a good tarot reader is going to do for you. They're going to show you the way. They're going to shine light on your path so you can say, okay, this is why I'm stuck in these negative cycles and these negative ways of thinking, and this is why I'm attracting toxic people into my life or low-paying jobs. And once you break that and you do that yourself, woo, you feel so powerful. And by the way, I do want to mention that the death card doesn't mean actual death. This is one of my favorite cards in the deck. I love when I pull this card because this talks about the death of an old thought pattern, like a negative belief, thinking bad about yourself. It's removing these protective layers that we put on, that we wear throughout our life, that we realize when we grow up, they're not serving us anymore. They served us for a certain time, but now I want to live a life of lightness and freedom and health and happiness, and I want to meet my soulmate, and I want to make a lot of money, and I want to know my worth and stand in my personal power. And you have to remove, the old things have to die away, right? And what these cards do when I lay them out is they pick up on your emotions, right? I love studying energy. I love studying quantum physics. That whole realm is just beautiful to me. And I know this works because I see it. I see it in my sessions. Even when I just post a video on YouTube and it's able to relate to so many people from my pick a card readings, it is incredible. So tarot readers use these cards to pick up on emotions, to help bring forth the energies that aren't serving you, that are getting in your way, and then we're just a guiding system. Because you have all the power within you. So know when you go to a tarot reader and you're asking, when will I be healed? When will I find my soul's purpose? When will I meet my soulmate? While those are all questions we all ask, that I've asked in the past, sometimes those aren't the right questions. Sometimes it's, what's blocking me from this? How can I know my worth? Teach me how to create my reality. Let's remove these blockages so we can just start to bring all of this goodness into our lives. Because if we have these heavy, lower, negative vibrations, we can't bring all these good ones in. So tarot readings can be used for a lot of different ways, but this is the way that I like to use it. And I know a lot of other beautiful souls that like to do the same. So I have a lot of free readings on here on YouTube for all of you. I also do free readings on my Instagram, so you can connect with me there. My goal is to start a healing community. I've been through the ringer with chronic illness, with toxic relationships, with low-paying jobs and debt. I've been through it, and now I've come out of it. There are so many tools and tricks and tips that I have learned that I still implement in my life, and part of my readings aren't just to show you your emotions and say, okay, well, this is what you're dealing with, good luck. No, 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 no. A good tarot reader, a good leader, will give you tools, will help show you things that you can do to empower yourself. And the biggest tool that I talk about, that a lot of people talk about, is self-love. Woo! It is so powerful. Once you start to feel it and really love yourself, the game changes. Your life changes. And I know this because I used to hate myself. I used to hate my body. I lived with a lot of different ailments all over my body. I had pain, heaviness, fatigue, infections. I mean, the list goes on. You can check out some of my other videos where I talk about my healing journey and my story and the symptoms that I experienced. But I'm passionate about this kind of work. It took me a while to find my purpose, and now I have, and I celebrate it every single day. So if you liked this video, share it with your friends. If you have any more questions on anything I talked about, just put it in the comments below. I'm really active in my comment section, so if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. There's going to be a lot of different things that I'm going to be talking about, and a lot of fun different videos. I've been getting a lot of creative energy and ideas, so I can't wait to start sharing more with you. I'm sending so much healing light and love to all of you right now. I hope you can feel it. I will see you guys at the next video. Thank you.